everybody. Welcome to the Fives of the Week podcast sports section. Thank you for our YouTube audience that's tuning in. And a lot to talk about this week in sports. A lot to talk about. So we'll start off by saying congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines once again.
Harbaugh done it again.
Jim Harbaugh, huh?
The man,
getting
the
it
myth.
done.
Team looked convincing, man. They look very convincing right now.
Doing it without Blake Corum.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, and we'll continue. And we'll continue without Blake Corum.
So your top four is set. You got Georgia at number 1. They're going to face Ohio State at number 4. You got Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl, number 2, facing TCU, number 3.
Do you agree with it?
I do. I know Nick Saban was on TV, kind of seemed like he was pushing it a little bit. I just think it's too little too late, and I think they got it right. I mean, TCU, I don't see them beating Michigan at all. I don't see Ohio State beating Georgia. I think the best two teams will play in the championship. That's how it should be. So, that's my opinion.
And that will be Michigan and Georgia, you're saying?
Absolutely. Best in the nation. Do you agree or disagree?
Who wins that game?
Ooh, put me on the spot.
I agree with you, but I'll let you answer the pick.
Man, Georgia's tough, but, just looking at it, I think this is not the Georgia team of last year that smacked Michigan around. I think, not just being a homer, I feel like Michigan wins.
I think it comes down to 2 quarterbacks. Who's better than who? And that's what it's going to come down to. Harbaugh made the right decision. That he took stuff for early on in the year about, was it too soon? The kid's growing each and every game. I think they can beat them, and I think they can beat them by 7, Michigan. I think if Georgia does beat them, it'll be by 3.
Okay.
But I'm not big on the TCU. I really ain't. I believe that Alabama probably should have been in there. And the reason why I say that, because, if you looked at their schedule, they went on the road the first 4 out of 5 games. Okay, and then, they were unhealthy. They didn't have all their guys. And when you're playing sometimes like that, you're playing a slew like that without guys. And we've seen that even with the Lions, where you got some of them guys back and you're a total different team now.
Well, how long have we been hearing about this Pac-12 and these smaller conferences not getting a fair crack at it? Now's your shot. If you are who you say you are, go beat a big team.
Right.
You got to prove it now.
Yeah.
Alabama does have those 2 losses. I get that point about not being at 100%. And ticket-wise, those would have been the biggest 4 names in the country, of course.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like they just came off a loss. So I think that's why people are down on TCU. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see how it all shakes out. But I'm riding with the home team, man, all the way.
I'm going to go with you, Philly. I can't see them not. I mean, I think this is their year. What was the last time Michigan had a season this good? 97? It's been a long time. That was a split
national championship year.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, this team is primed right now, man.
What do you think they do with TCU?
I say we win by 14. I just don't, good offense, good quarterback, but you see in pressure situations, they kind of cave. So I just think Michigan's one of the most complete teams in the nation.
Well-rounded.
To be able to handle them.
Well-rounded.
Defense, run game, and McCarthy's the X factor because he can extend plays with his legs, and
exactly.
That's going to be the ultimate difference, I feel.
That kid has matured in such a short time.
Absolutely. So baseball, you got JV going to the Mets.
And you got Porcello retiring.
He's retiring.
He put up the cleats.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Isn't Max Scherzer a New York Met?
So
we got a little reunion going on there with the Max Tigers over there.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I was really surprised that's where he ended up going.
Mm.
He had to have Max call him up like, dude, it's great here in New York, man. You're going to love it.
Big market.
Probably love that money, but...
I thought he was going to go to L.A.
Yeah.
But I just, with Kershaw being there and, Verlander.
Yeah.
So, he's still going to get 18 games.
Right.
Does Justin come back at the, Tommy John surgery? The guy's pitching better than ever, but does he come back to Detroit and make his, final legs, or does he do it on
No, I don't think
one-day
so. I think
contract
that's
and
gone
retire
now.
a Tiger? But he's already won world championships with Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, are the Mets a good team? I mean, right now, as they sit, without him being a...
Potential's there.
Yeah, they got a lot, and they got Lindor and all them. The potential is there. Is Verlander the piece? You got to give me some more. You got to give me something else.
But money can do that to you, though, right? Even if it's the big city in New York.
86 million over 2
That's-
years. I mean,
That's
it's a
immediate
lot of
fringe.
cash.
You guys, do you think if the Tigers were better, like more in a spot to compete, that he would have been more willing to resign?
Oh, by far.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree with that.
We're in that rebuild mode right now. We don't really have a star. This is going to be, Miggy already said this is going to be his last season coming up, right?
Right. Yep.
That was a big deal. I mean, we all kind of knew there was going to be an end at some point, but
Well, you know,
they got a ways to go.
Mickey's only guaranteed 70 some games, give or take.
On his contract, he always,
With him and Scott, the new guy took over.
yeah.
He told him, you know, thank you for all your accomplishments here. I know what you mean in Detroit. And the people love you and everything like that. But
But
business, I can guarantee you 70, you know, give or take, DH and if you're playing for, because he wants to play.
Right.
That'll
we
be in a bunch.
didn't win the World Series. It's almost like these teams now, they're padding rosters. Like Philly was saying over here, you bring in a Justin Verlander, you pair him up with a Max Scherzer, you got 2 guaranteed 20-game winners probably right there, right? You're stacking your team to win.
DeGrom,
We're going to be a long ways away from that in Detroit.
I'll have to look
Yeah.
in that. I'll have to look in that whole
Casey
lineup.
Mize turned out to be aight, but
Aight.
you know we got a ways to go, boys.
They're still building.
Yeah.
How about this? Coach Prime going to Colorado,
I
leaving
heard
Jackson
this
State.
dude.
I love it.
man.
I love it too. It's good to see him get a chance. And I love the quote. He said, "You're either leveling up, or you're getting basically terminated." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's kind of what he's doing. He's getting his big shot. You know, to revamp that program. It's
What
been.
do you
When's the
think?
last time Colorado has been good? Since
I
they
think
had
it's a
Cordell
real deal,
Stewart.
man.
I think it's a real deal, man. Did you happen to see this video that he did with this guy who was interviewing? Prime had him. He's like, I noticed your guys don't wear no jewelry. I noticed like they all have to be dressed up before the game like professionals. Why do you do that? Because I'm grooming them to be young men. Because if you make it to the NFL, that's expected of you.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
to be, you know, now you see these dudes walking around coming in through the tunnel on game day. They got the cameras there, and Joe Burrow, you know, he's always
Oh, yeah.
dressing funky, and you know Cam Newton always did.
You got
but-
that fur on barrel.
Yeah.
but I like, you know, how Prime is taking that tenacity about the NFL. And the guy was like, well, you know, you were kind of a little bit of a showboat. Yeah, but I earned my stripes. You
Right.
understand? He
Right.
goes, I got to prove it on the field. He goes, but when I'm raising, you know, these young men, he goes, if they want to make it in life, he goes, beyond football, he's teaching them the core values.
yeah.
I think that's awesome. I think he's in a good, very good where he goes.
He's a great motivator, great coach. He comes from experience, you know. And his first meeting with the team, he said, "Hey, a lot of things going to change. A lot of new people coming in. So you want to hit that portal? Go hit it right now."
Did he do it? How you doing? How you doing?
Prime's a man, dude. I wish him all the best.
Yeah.
He was fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
He's either make it or shit the bed.
Yeah, it's his
I think he'll be
opportunity.
fine,
You know?
yeah.
It's his chance. So, other than that, John Jones and Francis Ngannou in March in Las Vegas. I know you're not a big fight guy.
No, I mean, bring me up to speed. Who are these cats?
John Jones is probably the best heavyweight UFC fighter ever. Hasn't fought in I think a couple of years now.
A little
And he's
rusty.
coming out to face one of the best heavyweight champions
Wow,
that
nice.
they've had. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. It's going to be a big pay-per-view ticket. So I'll be watching that for sure in March. That's all I really have for sports. I know there's a lot going on. We got Baker Mayfield that just got released and signed with the Rams.
Jimmy
Yeah.
G. Done
Jimmy
for
G.
the year. You know, it's
Well, hold up a second. So Baker Mayfield, they say he might actually play Thursday night.
that's what I was talking to Hollywood about. I didn't even know he signed with LA.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
No.
he got released.
In my
from
opinion,
Carolina.
McVay, he's not going to just go out and just tank the season. They don't have draft picks to play for. So he's going to, ego-wise, he's going to want to try to win every game, which doesn't help our Lions, but the team is in disarray. I feel
Yeah,
like they are
yeah.
going to lose a lot of games down the stretch.
Yeah, Mayfield's not the answer. You already see the turmoil. He couldn't make it in Carolina.
Do you think he had to give the keys back to Cleveland Brown Stadium?
Oh, absolutely.
Just wondering.
Oh, I don't
He did a
know.
lot of stuff there.
I heard they built a spa in the lower level for Deshaun Watson.
The shot he's coming back, right?
He played last week.
I mean,
Looked
you
horrible.
yeah, he's rusty, man.
Yeah,
He's-
it's been a while. Give him some time.
Yeah, what do you have? 4 points?
Yeah, it was bad. One of the worst QBRs. in the
3.28.
season.
Yeah, but you know what? Coming in mid-season, three-quarter of the way of the season, these guys are in their prime right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
These guys are
Yeah.
hitting harder than ever. But Lamar Jackson might be out 1 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a big blow to Baltimore. Now we're gonna get into it with they got Pittsburgh this week, so they better gear up.
I think that we're going to beat him. Field goal.
Should be interesting. Well, Jimmy G, since you brought it up,
Yeah.
what do you think is in front of the 49ers now. I mean, do they keep the ball rolling? I feel like every part of that team is very well rounded. And I think a lot of expert analysis are saying, you know, they're still one of the better teams.
Mystery irrelevant. Could he take him to the Super Bowl?
Brock Purdy, what a story that would be.
You know, you have the pieces in place. You got your running back. You have a receiver. You got a damn good defense. You know, I mean, is it a plug-and-play situation, guys?
And you got a guy that can throw the ball.
I mean, you know, even the backup quarterback in the NFL's got talent.
Yeah, the kid has some swagger too, man. He's out there fist bumping, getting excited, and he managed the game very well. So
Yeah. It's just crazy how, for San Francisco, how this year's kind of played out, right? They started with their go-to quarterback.
Trey Lance, yeah.
Lance gets hurt. Jimmy G comes off that practice field on the other side of this, building. He's like, yeah, all right, we need you now. And then he goes down. You got this dude, and they're in contention right now, right? It's going to be interesting to see if these next couple of weeks shows.
Yeah, if they stay healthy all the way around, I still think they're a contender, no doubt.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how Purdy does in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Did you
Gonna
guys
be
watch?
tested.
Did you guys watch that Monday night game last night with Brady making that
Oh,
comeback?
yeah.
Saw the highlights, man. That's Brady at his. That's what he does, man.
Wow. I mean, that dude's something else.
Didn't look like a quarterback at the age of 45.
No.
He had that poise. He reminded me of that quarterback that was in New England. With the drive, just so calm. We're going. Let's go. Let's do it. Engineering. Everyone coming up to the line, putting the ball down, getting set in
This
place.
dude just took full control of those last 2 minutes. Like, you just seen the professional, elite athlete. Like you said, the guy that caught the winning touchdown was a rookie, White, I think.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
having a good season.
Watching the clock at all time.
I mean,
That is
conscious
winding
of
down.
everything. Social media's beating Brady. I'm always trying to break another tablet. Who cares, man? I'd rather have a guy with that tenacity and that firepower.
He's a gamer, man.
He's a gamer,
The
man.
ultimate.
It's just jealousy. They want to hate.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm the GOAT.
Seven,
all.
seven rings, dude. I
They
don't
wanna-
know if in our lifetime we'll ever see that again. I mean, you're seeing something special right now in front of you. I'm not a Brady slappy. I think he's a great quarterback.
Oh,
But you know what I mean? The numbers speak for themselves. I guess
I got to
he
give him
played-
his due.
Yeah.
he's that good of a ball player.
You've
Absolutely.
earned it. You've earned it.
Well, with that being said, let's get into the Lions.
And whatnot.
The Lions put up 40 points on the Jags. Grandmaster
14
T.
carries by Swift.
I know you didn't think that was going to happen, did you?
I did not. I didn't see it coming. Obviously, I was an idiot that chose to pick the Jaguars. But I was, let's just say it like this. I didn't care I lost that pick. I was very happy about the way that game was played.
Right.
That was probably, hands down, the most well-rounded, on both sides of the ball, played football game they played all season. And not because they scored 44 points. They just dominated.
Yeah.
What is a big turnaround that you've seen over the last 4 weeks?
Obviously, grit.
I'm going to say there's like this new camaraderie, whatever the word is, that where all the players are all like, there's like, St. Brown. I mean, this guy's balling, man.
Stud.
He took a hit. I didn't think he was getting up. He went out for a play and he was on the next series. Like this guy, and then he went out and kept doing what he was doing. It's like this team effort now. You're starting to see everybody's pulling on, pushing each other. The sideline, Goff going right down bench row and high-fiving his linemen, the receivers. Like he was pumped up. Like he had his great game, and he was congratulating each and every player. When was the last time you seen a Lions quarterback do that? You
Now,
see
ask
Tom Brady
yourself
and
this
Rodgers do
question.
it because they're always winning, but this was a big game.
What's any different from your defense from 5 weeks ago to now? Where's the big change?
I think the defensive backs are playing their asses off, and DBs are tight.
There's
They're getting better.
There's an individual that's not in there playing anymore.
Am I missing something here, Hollywood?
Can I say one?
Penn State Akawari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Been a
had
healthy
Davis-
scratch.
Yes, because he missed his assignments.
So that was the lesson learned.
And Barnes is now in there playing.
You know what I
Because
like
he-
too, though?
the
I know
silence.
we gave, and earlier in the year, we gave Anzalone a bunch of crap, but that dude is playing
Yeah, I was
his
just
ass
going to get to that. That guy has, and that's like Campbell said, was one of the reasons why he wanted him there to spread on the other guys, the linebackers. Because if you noticed before, when Barnes from Purdue, who's a hell of a linebacker, didn't play them first 3 or 4 games because he missed his assignments, and Campbell held him to it. until you get your assignments right as this linebacker. You'll be on that bench. People are like, oh man, why? Now he's got the assignment and he's playing, and then you got this Houston. I mean, come on. I mean,
That's what I like about this coaching staff.
Yes.
They're not afraid to call guys out.
No.
And they're going to make it very public. This is why Swift at one point wasn't getting the rock as much as you need paid. I mean, he had a great game this past game, right?
Well,
Yes.
it's give and take too, right? Because once Williams fumbled, he came out of the game. Swift started getting more touches.
That's
So
right.
he's like, if I'm doing it to DeAndre, I got to do it to Jamal too.
Isn't that
You got to
right?
take care of the football, man. That's how it should be.
Yeah, and that's a big change too. I'm seeing the coaching is really intensifying right now. They're making these guys work for those positions. They're not just giving them a handout.
Look at
saying,
Okudah.
"You're
That's-
a running back."
that's
I'll
a
put
beautiful
your ass
thing.
out.
Right. And I kind of like, I want to ask you guys this. With Jamison Williams, do you agree? Because this was a polarizing topic on, I think, Fox. Howie Long didn't like it at all about Jamison
Howie
Williams
Long
being
pisses me off.
being a gunner on special teams. But Jamison was a special teams standout at Alabama. I kind of agree with just giving him a little taste and making him earn it, because Chark had a hell of a game too.
yeah,
Yes,
oh,
he did.
I agree.
That's his old team. You know, he was amped up to go against his old team. Had a great game.
I don't know if I'd make him a gunner. I don't want him tackling anybody or anything.
Right.
Maybe returning the ball. You know, on punt and kick return. Give him a little bit of taste of that. I really don't want him tackling nobody. He's not big enough, I don't think.
Okay.
You know, he's in that 190, 6'1", where he needs to be around 205, maybe 210. You know, that's how I'd start him. You know?
I'd agree with that, but also I like Campbell's mindset of like just giving him a taste and making him earn it. You know,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
you
oh,
are
yeah.
a first top 10 pick. You know, you're just coming back. You missed all the training camp, so you got to get your feet wet and just kind of like
Yeah, take 180 yards for me.
yeah, go slowly. I'll
Yeah.
give you a shot. You know, you got to make the most of it. And
Yeah.
granted, he ran his route out of bounds. Good defense, but they gotta. It's looking really good right now, and I think they legitimately have a shot to make a wild card push. But again, you got to get this Minnesota game.
This is a big game on Sunday.
It's not going to be an easy
Division game.
task, man. You know,
Not even
we would
close.
expect them to split with Minnesota, right? But you know, it's a 10-win team coming into town.
They're coming into play. They want to win. They have to. You know, everyone's underestimated. We talked about Minnesota last week. How we're like, are they real? Are they built on the back?
And they played a tough Jets team.
You know, but Minnesota's got some. They got some ballers, man. You know, they got some great talent on that team. They're not winning 10 football games to this point in the season if they suck.
Right?
And they've beaten some good teams. This would be a good test for the Lions. If the Lions could win this game, like Campbell said, it's a 6-game season for them right now.
Yeah.
'Cause,
5 now, right?
5.
games. Yeah.
You know, he started with that game against Jacksonville. Now you got 5 more games. I mean, if you can win out or win 4 or 5, anything can happen, right?
Oh, anything, yeah.
Anything can happen. You see this wild card grid they put up every football game or any late night game. You're like, damn, I can't believe I'm. 3-4 weeks ago we said the season's over.
Yeah.
We're all boohooing. It's like, man, it's already halfway season, and it's like we're actually in contention right now. That makes me a little excited.
That put them at 9 wins. When actually they could have had 11 or 12.
Well, if they win out, it'd be 10.
Yeah.
10
What's
wins.
that tell you?
10 and 7.
And he wins because you had 8 wins total picked, right? Did you say 8 or 9
I think I
wins?
said 7 actually.
Well, I mean, who cares? I would love to see them get into a wild card. That'd be so cool. Just way to finish off a season, man. 4 out of the last 5 games, they're playing great football.
So I don't want to be negative, but they've already won 2 more games than last year, right? Are you satisfied with that progression this far?
I like where we're going. I want to see a couple more wins.
Okay.
Then I'd be real satisfied. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm with Hollywood. I'm not satisfied because I think right now it's like it's great to say, okay, I doubled up on wins from a year ago. So what's next year? You go 6 wins and hopefully keep this thing still moving. We might get to 8 to 10 wins. No, I think they're hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're getting stronger. They got the rookie potentially coming in to play a big game for them.
Yep.
They might have that speedster wideout coming in that might be a game changer for them. I would love to see them keep doing what they're doing and then moving into next season. You could build some major momentum on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
yeah.
a lot of draft capital. I mean, you have some money to spend.
You imagine them going 7-7 after going 1-6. Just deep breath.
But
We're at 500
isn't
right
it
now.
something, guys? You see this now, like even the national people, your Howie Longs, your Bradshaws, your Sean Paytons, like they're really starting to buy in. They know.
Oh, yeah,
They're
they
seeing
see,
something.
yeah.
Like they know they're professionals. They played the game. They see that good teams get better as the season moves on, especially in that second half of the season. Right now, they're one of those teams that are being looked at. They moved up in the power rankings. I think 2 weeks ago, the Lions ranked 31st.
Right.
They're at number either 20 or 19, depending what site you look at. In power rankings, they've jumped a ton of spots.
Deckers
Winning
ain't got
cures
pissed
a lot of
off
that.
It does.
to the media and shit. You know what I mean? Same old Lions. This ain't. He slammed the shit. This ain't the fucking same old Lions.
Right.
Stop saying that. He's like, there's not a team out here that works harder than we work, and you're starting to believe it.
It's showing.
It's a buy-in right now. I think what
And that
all
hitting
this,
and stripping the ball, I'll tell you right now, what I've seen from Elliott and Board hasn't even been back yet from Baltimore. Another linebacker. That coming in there and punching that
I
ball
love
up
it, man. That
reminds me of
Peanut
Tampa when
Tillman.
they were young.
Remember Peanut Tillman used to do that?
Yeah, he was the creator of it, basically. He was awesome. Man.
Tampa Bay, when you seen them getting that team together and they were doing that, it's success, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see. I think it's exciting, to know that the future is bright and we got even more capital coming at the end of the season.
And Angeloni ain't going to be there probably next year. But it would be a shake of a hand. Hey, you know what? You were a veteran. You held your ground and you worked with these young guys. Exactly what we got out of you is what we wanted.
Yeah, you probably get a big name free agent, fill his spot.
Yeah.
Chark's probably gone. Williams steps into his role. Things like that. Little
Yeah.
adjustments, but you keep the foundation strong.
Love the tight end.
Yeah, it's
We
back
didn't
to me.
lose her. We didn't lose her.
Oh, look at the record since Hawk's been gone, 4-1.
Yeah,
You
we'll
know,
figure
it's-
that. And how about some kudos to Brad Holmes?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy hasn't really missed on these draft picks that much.
Right.
We've been utilizing these draft picks, and he's done a good job with that, opposed to the previous regime that they're mostly a bust.
Yeah.
He's done
Yeah.
a great job as GM. He must know something.
I like that Bugs guy too.
Bugs, yep, solid. Some of these guys just coming out, grabbing them from here, from there, piecing them together, and developing the young players, which I don't think we've done a good job of in the past. Houston's just showing up the last couple weeks, but like he said, they've been waiting to unleash me. Now he's ready. He understands.
What's
the
that
playbook.
hop though? You see that hop?
Yeah, I don't know.
You see that hop he's got?
He's excited though.
Oh yeah, he is. He's
It's
something else.
good to see him flying around. So, with that being said, let's get into the picks.